Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitaba wahlam yaj'allahu iwaja akmaduhu subhanahu wa ta'ala wa ashkuruhu wa huwa ahli hamd wa thana wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa huwa la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu wa mustafa Allahumma salli wa sallim ala rasulika Muhammadan wa ahlihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah Almighty always for the opportunity to say something from our hearts in the way of truth. Because to say something from our minds goes from one ear out the other, but to say something from our hearts go to hearts. And this is why Islam is a universal message, meaning that it reaches hearts. It transcends cause and effect. It transcends time and space. It transcends ideology, isms, schisms. It removes falsehood. It is a power that Allah Almighty sent into the world as a favor, as a completed favor, to establish His kingdom on earth. Allah Almighty the first scriptural language was sent to Prophet Abraham alayhi salam during the month of Ramadan. When Musa alayhi salam received the Torah, it was during the month of Ramadan. When Isa ibn Maryam, Jesus Christ, received the gospel, the New Testament, it was during the month of Ramadan. And beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he received the totality of the Quran, all that went in the purified pages of Abraham, all that was in the Old Testament, all that was in the New Testament, revealed to his heart during the month of Ramadan. And that's why we are lucky people. When he received that revelation, Angel Jibril put it all in his heart, even though it was unveiled over a period of 23 years. He could not have said that in one day to anybody. And the meaning of it is still being revealed 1,500 years from its inception. Takbir! 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 We could not and would not be gathered here unless that light has transcended time and space and cause and effect. We couldn't receive anything through the heart of his believers, sincere ones, who sacrificed their egos so that we could live. And we still have to carry on that same legacy. We too have to kill our egos, sacrifice our egos, so that lights of eternal life can shine through us and forevermore. So we are lucky people. That's why during this month, any good deed is worth 70 times more than any other time of a good deed. Everybody, the rich, the poor, the whatever, the black, the white, the red, the yellow, the Christian, the Muslim, the Jew. This is not a month for Muslim. This is a month for the whole universe, all the worlds. All the worlds are praising their Lord, thanking their Lord. Allah, thank you for the holy month of Ramadan in which you have sent your holy words to human beings to purify the low-life dunya, to make it as heaven on earth through the hearts of your sincere servants, not through their minds. Because there's no way in the world we could handle it. We would be bobbing. We couldn't handle it. That's why Allah says, Calvin Mukmin Bayt Allah, the heart of the believer is the house of Allah Almighty. The heavens can't contain him. The earth cannot contain him. But Allah says, I can be contained in my servants, my sincere ones. That says that we are more than what we could ever think about ourselves being. We are greater than our own imagination, and the imagination is phenomenal. We are greater than our thoughts, and the thoughts are beyond the imagination. And yet we are beyond anything that we can describe or can be described. And yet we have allowed Shaitan, the rejected one, to reduce us below the animal level into a mentality that's so limited that it can only see ourselves. That light that has reached to us makes us responsible now. We are the ones that have to take that light to any society, because regardless of what the society was, that light, just like the sun that shines in the sky, is not separate from anything that goes on under the sun. Any of its current events or its doings or not doings, those things that we hate or dislike or love, the politics or whatever, is not separate from the sun shining in the sky all throughout the planet. Neither is that light of Islam separate from anything else that exists. Allah Almighty sent that light as a means of checking out the darkness in every time, but it can only be done through the hearts of sincere servants. And that's why Allah always have to raise up a people with that light in their hearts, that are bold, that fear and don't grieve, that only rely on their Lord even for their shoestrings. They don't beg nobody. They don't beg the government. They don't beg Pharaoh for their sustenance. They ask their Lord, and they be patient with their Lord to have their sustenance. Allah says, those are the ones I have a beautiful fellowship with. Those are the ones that I establish and strengthen power in the land. No prison can hold them. No bondage can hold them. Their bodies cannot hold them. Allah gives them the ability to say, be it is. Look at Asif, who was one of the advisors to Suleiman, who brought Bilqis' throne within a twinkling of an eye, to show the superiority of the human being over the jinn, who could only get it by the time Suleiman was able to stand up from his table. One who had knowledge of their Lord in themselves, that knew themselves and was sincere, said, I will get it in a twinkling of an eye. Islam is not something you do on Friday or on Saturday or on Sunday or during Ramadan or when we make our Hajj. Islam is a way of life. It is a way of living. Our breathing, our oxygen is that we inhale and exhale. It's not separated from ourselves. It is a part of everything that we do wherever we are. That is a sign to say, so is Islam. It is a part of everything you do wherever you are. You cannot be separated from it. If you are separated from it or think that you're separated from it, just like inhaling and exhaling, hold your breath and find out what happens. How long can you hold your breath? We don't think about it. We say we don't believe in Allah because we can't see Him. Can you see what you breathe? Can you see what you inhale and exhale? The only way you know that it's not there is that you hold your breath. What is wrong with us as a people? The simplicity of our lives seems to be complicated. Why? And that's why Allah Almighty orders Ramadan. That is a divine order.